Hello everyone and welcome to Get Creative for the month of November. This month we are doing a constellation painting, and there's a couple of ways that you can do this. The way that I've done it here is actually based off of a zodiac, and you'll get a couple of reference images in your kit, so you can do this with a little bit of a reference. You don't have to necessarily do it entirely by memory. So you can see mine is pretty directly pulled from this reference. It's a little grainier, but I think I liked the style a little bit better. So I did this version. You can also do, if you're not interested in the zodiac style, you can do something that looks a little bit more like this was my first attempt working with the, black paper and the glow-in-the-dark paint, just as a little test, but to give it sort of like a galaxy print style, and to do then your stars and your glow-in-the-dark paint on top. But I personally prefer the way that this one turned out. It also helps I spent a little bit more time on it. So let's go ahead, and the big thing that you'll want to pay attention to when you're doing this is your glow-in-the-dark paint, which you will get in your kits, is going to dry clear. So if you want it to only show up in the dark, that's great. If you want there to be like a reveal of something when you turn the lights off, then you can paint just the glow-in-the-dark paint, and it'll show up, start to glow as you turn the lights off. If you want it to be visible, like these stars and the lines here, but then also glow when you are done, or when you turn the lights off, you'll want to paint them in white or some other color, and then cover over them with the glow-in-the-dark paint when when the base color is all dry. So it's just something to keep in mind. My process for this, you'll see I'm going to start with just a sketch that I went ahead and did, so that you don't have to watch me sketch it all out, just based on my little reference here. So I just started with a sketch, and then I'm going to recommend that you start, if you want your lines to your constellation lines to overlap the actual, like, sketched out animal or figure, that you do your figure lines, mine are in blue here, first. You paint those first so that your constellation lines or your stars can go on top of those. So it's pretty straightforward, but it's a nice kind of fun project. It's something that's pretty easy to personalize. You absolutely don't have to follow this style. You can do whatever you like. These, which is another option for your reference images, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more simplified. So it's entirely up to you. Right, so let's go ahead and get started on the painting. Alright, so I'm all done, my paint's all dry. You can see that where I did some of my little bigger stars, where I left some little bit bigger globs of the glow-in-the-dark paint, you can still sort of see it, but most of the spaces where there's glow-in-the-dark paint, it is pretty transparent, it's pretty clear. And I'll do my best without being able to turn off the lights in this particular room right now to show you kind of what it will look like. Get real close. Where it will glow when it's in the dark, especially after you charge it up, sort of in bright light. So you'll want to expose it to bright light and then turn the lights off, or leave it in a space where it can be in the light before you turn the lights out. So I recommend this one as one that you can do kind of with family, or you can do, especially this one, this reference image has some that are not specifically zodiac, so you can do several different constellations that aren't necessarily the zodiac if that's not something that interests you. You can have your options. If you're interested in doing this style, I recommend that you do several different layers of color and you really embrace almost a watercolor-like style, that you almost pull a lot of your paint water to thin out your actual paint as you're painting, just to give that kind of airy cloud-like feel that you can see in like a nebula or something. But these are all really to have fun and really experiment. You actually won't be working on paper, you'll be working on a small black canvas, which is really exciting. You get a fun chance to play around with those. If you are interested, I would recommend in something a little bit more figurative like this. I would recommend sketching it out in pencil first, but then you'll be able to erase your pencil lines after. So I hope you sign up for your supply kit and join us next time. Thank you so much. You have a good one.